I actually didn't start the recording to see if Stephen needed to get some more.
I said a neutral statement.
Yeah.
Neutral statement.
Did you really not start it?
I'm giving it to the start. I'm a chronic liar.
No.
Good.
Marriage was difficult.
Oh, yeah, episode 59?
43.
43.
Episode 43. Like I promised, we've got some really cool announcements.
We're ordering DoorDash. Oh.
Salad.
No. Announcement number 1. Cassandra and I bought a house.
Yay!
And so with that is some studio upgrades and some stuff that we're working on. Sally is burping.
The excitement is just bubbling out. Yeah, that's good.
So we've got some studio upgrades that we're going to be working on, which is just super exciting. We're really excited to see some moves there. They won't be in place for the next time we record for the next few episodes, but once we start moving in November, you're going to see a different space. So really excited for that. Anyway, next to that announcement lines, we're working on, and probably around this time, we're going to have some information out about our next Lions Lair video. So we're going to have our wonderful Sally as Laura.
That's me. Shout out to Australia.
The recently invisible Michael Holt as Stellan.
Yeah, shout out to Australia.
That was a good Michael Holt.
Thank you.
As well as our wonderful...
He's going to watch it back and be like, whoa, is that me?
the wonderful friend of the show, Kid Southwick, who is our MC and host, which is funny because his wife's name is MC and he's the MC of Lions Lair.
And their kid's name is Host.
They don't have kids.
Yeah, they do.
We won't say their names publicly, but they're good names.
Kid number 1 is and 2 is
They have curse words for names? Bad names.
Host.
really got creative on that second name.
They have curse
And the
words
third
for
kid
names?
is Hank Trout.
Like I said,
What
friend
a-
of the show, very dedicated.
Friend of
So,
the family.
let's go ahead and just recap 42, which just happened for us, so I should be able to do this seamlessly. Pilgrim got shot through space out of a cannon built by Farragrand.
Oh.
And
He actually moved his body.
so his mind was transported out through space, through time, through fate itself into this place where he could converse with God, a god, one of a couple of gods that he was able to see. And from that,
crocodile, right?
was it including a god crocodile?
A
Godadile?
Which is not what we believe in.
Crocodile.
Godinator. We're trying. We're playing around. We're just riffing. So, roll with it. Come on. A little bit of a conversation happened there before his mind was launched back into the conversation he was having with Fairgrant. They're going to fine-tune the device that they made, as well as Pilgrim then updated the archive with some of the newfound information he had about his experience with the gods. After that, Gwendolyn and Lorelith had a couple conversations, just catching up and trying to work through some of the things around Grenjan's house and their new place of residence, which was then finally constructed on the outside of Populous, negotiated.
Don't forget the most important part about mine and Gwen's conversation, huh?
Bees and sweaters.
Not only that, but the bees have matching sweaters with Wolfie.
Yes.
Get that fan art in, people. Thank you.
Do it, please.
Thanks, Australia.
The bees are going to be like...
All of our fans are in Australia.
They are, as far as I know.
And Pilgrim has strong
If
bonds.
I have anything to do with it, they're all in Australia.
Misery has the purple streak.
Pilgrim's really good looking.
And
So first the face and body.
what has been a long time coming, the building constructed outside of Populous on the Isero property has been complete. So a deal that was negotiated by Cicero alone that y'all would be paid in his property being renovated instead of actual money has now been completed by the
But we get to
government.
sleep there.
And you get to sleep.
And now I have two.
And he's gone in the mountains
Cicero's
forever.
nowhere to be
I'm still
found.
mad about it, and it's been a year.
Now we can dig up his dad's grave or whatever. That's in the
Whatever
backyard.
that body was.
Yeah, have at it.
Let
It's-
the bodies
Be dug up.
leave from the
Can
floor.
you imagine? Hey man, I hope you had a good trip. We dug up your dad's grave.
No reason. We were just curious.
And also, we live here and you don't have a room.
Oh, yeah.
This is selling.
We weren't sure we'd
This
be
is
back, so we
new,
exhumed
Cicero.
your ancestors. ancestors.
Can you imagine how
We
upset
like
he
him.
would be if he came back and we were like, sorry, we replaced you with Felon?
And also, it's not your dad in that grave anymore.
We asked him, he said, nah, man, that ain't mine.
He was the main bad guy.
So, that covers the recap, I think. No.
Her
No.
thing. What did you do?
Tuli's been in Fight Club
Tuli's
the whole
illegal
time.
fighting has everything.
Yes. Keep going.
It has fights
Rings.
that are illegal and
It has Hank Chocolate.
also no magic, also known as no mage.
Yeah.
In the words of Hank Trautman, do you want to go to it?
And it has a famous illegal fighter coming soon.
Oh, what,
is
the
that?
The
tempest?
succulator?
The torrent.
The torrent.
Succulate.
The torrent. Sorry.
It has everything.
Yeah. That thing when?
What?
It says that every time.
That thing when? Oh, right. You know that thing when the DM makes up a name called Hank Troutman and they have that thing?
Yeah.
The torrent sounds like a Final Fantasy villain.
I still don't know why there's a sweater on the table.
That's
That's Wolfie's sweater with the matching beads.
It's like it's
made from
it's
that
like, it's
I think we have fully covered the recap then. Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Fairground. Archive.
He was the
Yeah.
baby.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Hey.
Hey, listen! Please! Listen to me!
Silent when I show.
And then the half dozen's property has been completed.
Burst out loud with excitement.
Bottom floor, reflecting pool, meditation space for Pilgrim. The first floor has a bunch of meeting space, receiving rooms, very, very nice, very well developed. And then also residential space up and above, very clearly marked by a tree growing out of the top of this massive building. And then Tuli had walked through some of what she's experienced over the last week, which includes winning every fight she's ever been in an illegal fighting ring that she discovered through her job with the town guard. And a big fight is coming up for her against some figure known as the Torrent. And so we left off with...
Really chill name. He's probably going to be easy.
Yeah. I mean, he probably just illegally downloads movies and music off.
You wouldn't steal a car.
You wouldn't download a car.
You wouldn't fight illegally.
So, we left off with, I think, the group having some form of lunchish dinner on this night.
Supper.
That was cooked by Tuli.
Supper club.
Including some lightly salted but definitely heavily burned Brussels sprouts.
Nice.
And a giant bone tossed on.
I would unironically like those.
So,
Same. Some blue cheese.
Yeah.
y'all have 3 days, including this day. So
To get a
3
sweater.
days until you all are leaving with Treya off towards Dustforge. You all have plans for the next night, which is to potentially go and see this fight that Tuli is in. And not much time left to do any other preparations that you would have before leaving Populous for an unknown amount of time.
I'm guessing this was when I was sick, but who is Treya?
Yes. Treya Lilarian.
Great.
She's the one we're gonna leave with.
Yeah.
I met her. It's just been a while.
Yeah, okay.
So she works for the government. She has a wine estate outside of Populous, very rich. Provides most of the wine. Actually, all of the casks of wine that you have here in your own property is provided by her from her people. She is the one who is paying you all to take her to Dustforge.
Escort mission.
Got it.
Misery would probably know her, right?
She lives here?
She does look.
And she's
part of the
rich?
government. Yeah.
That's the same circles, for sure.
I mean, I bet my parents know her.
Yeah.
It's the estate
I don't
where
pay
my
attention to my
family
parents' friends.
works, and I go there sometimes.
You don't know your
How old
parents'
is she?
friends?
No, she's elvish, so you don't really know.
So she could be
I definitely
1,000
don't
years
know her.
old.
Yeah, Cool.
1,000.
So we're gonna be snowing it.
Is there like a general store that our Rickle Bar?
Mass general store?
Yeah, like
Yes.
contract.
Where's the
covers.
You
flannel?
don't have a contract with the general store, but you know
I'd like
of
to buy a
one.
Patagonia fleece, please.
It's the one that Chikasho runs. It's called the Junk Drawer. And so through Pilgrim's interactions there and just some general familiarity you're starting to develop with the town, Chikasho runs a pretty open, just like stuff comes in, stuff comes out. If you need it, you might have something related to it kind of place.
Well, before my guard shift, I would say, I guess that afternoon, because I'm gonna have to
You
do
got plenty of time with everyone, yeah?
I'd say, you guys want to go buy some winter gear? Like a Patagonia fleece? Sorry, like a populous fleece.
Isn't it spring?
It is spring.
Huh.
All right, we gotta go get.
But where we're going is like soup's cold.
Soup's cold.
Soup's cold.
It's like soup level cold. I would be very interested in this.
Sure.
Gwen, would you like to have
Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. Can I go in the woods and find pelts
Go find a
With
naturally
which-
grown wood.
Look at that pelt just laying on the floor.
with which to clothe
I want a
myself?
free-range, cage-free winter coat.
Wait, you don't eat meat, but you're gonna kill animals?
No,
for
I don't kill animals. I find animals that are dead and I skin them and I take their stuff.
Okay.
Because everything has a purpose
If an animal's dead, it's
in
being
the
eaten.
circle of life.
We would have to retroactively, which I'm fine with doing this,
Scavenged.
but because of the amount of time it would take to like dry and process the pelt and make sure that like the leather work on the inside of it and stuff was ready to go for a cloak and all of that, we can say that you have been working on this throughout the 2 weeks.
Okay.
Only through roles.
tanned leather before.
So
I've definitely tanned leather before. Look at my cloak. My cloak is made of that.
if you would make a survival check for me. And
Finally.
Survive.
Die. My very cool die from Norse Foundry.
Nice.
Sponsor us. I got it too.
okay, great. So early on in the 2 weeks, you have this idea and you know that
Wait, no, I would probably add something to that, right? What did
Yeah.
you say? What kind of check?
survival.
Probably had like 7.
Plus 6.
Thanks.
So 8.
Yeah, so early on, you're planning ahead. You know that you're going to be traveling in this way. You're trying to
I'm so sorry.
find, and you're trying to find something useful. And even over your time where you're just staying in the woods, kind of off and distant away from everyone, you have not found anything for you to locally scavenge and use that's convenient. So a couple days pass. Now you are starting to stay at Grenden's place, and every once in a while you're making a trip out to the woods. Go ahead and make another survival check.
Hi. Meow. 4 plus 6 is 10.
Yeah, so even at this point where you're almost a week into the 2 weeks, and you're running short of time where you would have enough to be able to dry it and get something ready, you still have not found anything of use. So be your last survival check to see if you can find something without needing to buy anything at all.
12 plus 6 is 18.
Okay, great. So you find a moose that has been down.
Moose!
How does it happen?
That's actually a lot of clothes on there.
For what it's worth, anyone who doesn't know, that cat's name is Moose.
They know. They know.
They know.
Lizzie.
But you find an actual deer-like antlered creature that weighs roughly 1,000 pounds.
Yes. Tell my neck.
He does.
And so you were able to kind of scavenge off of this a large enough piece of fur and leather and stuff to start working. And so whether that's at Grenden's place or at the new place that's finally finished up on the rooftop, you're able to set up a fire and start to dry it and scrape off everything that you need to create your own winter gear.
Nice.
However, for the rest of the party, led by Tuli,
Where we're going is like colder than Populous ever gets.
I don't exist.
You don't exist. I guess I gotta ask.
Hey.
What's her name?
Freya?
Treya.
Didn't she tell us how to prepare? Or like said it's very cold?
She did.
She said it's very cold. Figure it out on your own.
Well, I'm wondering the climate of Populous.
Sure. So, yeah,
Does
what
it
you're
snow?
familiar with
Is it
Populous.
Florida or is it?
Sometimes it snows. The winters aren't harsh, or it's not like people board up and stop moving around in the winter. That you see snow occasionally, but right now it's springtime even. So
Yeah.
this whole where you're going and what you know locally too, where the mountains are, like. You have heard Lorla talk about how the winter has extended outside of the mountains and it's getting pretty harsh. So it seems like what you would expect for normal high up mountain travel is now the case on normal elevation where you're going.
So like, I mean, like I own things, but I'm not gonna have the stuff necessary for this. So
Why are you worried about this? You have so much money.
I don't know about money, because I don't take no
I have
stuff.
everyone's
Prisoners?
sharing.
What's that called? I don't take no charity.
The only
Handouts?
handouts.
So,
the only notes I have are,
I have 11 gold.
I don't know if she told us how cold. The train engine's cold. Beasts, bears, goblins. The city itself is in a cave system. This city has everything.
This city has everything.
All right, guys. So what do we need? Coats,
Things to protect from bears and
pants,
gloves,
boots.
scarves.
capes,
Do we need those little tennis shoe boots? Tennis racket boots?
fancy tennis.
Fancy
Snowshoes?
tennis rackets? Snowshoes?
Well, I guess we're gonna be like escorting her wagon, so it's probably like beaten enough for us to like walk on, right?
Oh, there's like a rug.
I'm assuming.
I hope so.
I'm not carrying it.
Does it
Really wouldn't say that.
She's on cool.
I would absolutely carry it if I had to, but
Well, yeah. I'm gonna get some boots.
Did I get enough stuff to make? Never mind. That's a silly question.
Boots?
I'm gonna stop. I was
Hey.
gonna say to make like a thing for Wolfie, but
A gun?
He's a wolf.
He's a wolf!
That's why I said I'm gonna stop.
But you
did
continue.
give us-
Because someone said what?
I asked for clarification.
And
Yeah, Wolfie won't do anything.
I know that.
He has a
that's
sweater.
why you don't.
I know that. I wanted to clarify for everyone else. And he has a
What
sweater.
about his paws?
Okay, we don't have to like
He's a
deeply
wolf.
go into role playing with the conversation to go into what all everyone is purchasing.
However,
It's a shopping
Brands do you
montage.
like?
However,
Fashion show.
shopping montage.
Fashion
Julie, like,
show.
comes out
Fashion
like
show
that.
at lunch.
and Pilgrim is going.
I would just get a thicker shawl.
And there's a song from the mid 2000s playing in the background.
yes,
Somebody once told me
Now,
the
but
world is getting colder.
Yeah.
but
More like early.
you can get into the junk drawer, and you can see Takashi behind the desk there getting set up. You, of course, ask about the special winter gear, and he says that there is a selection of stuff to go through. Points you off to the side. You're able to find a bunch of different gloves and boots and different types of furs and stuff like that you can kind of accessorize yourself however you would want to. I'll say in quick hand, just for the sake of paying for it and everything. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Stellan's already equipped for it himself, so he's fine. So it's going to be the 4 of you.
I would think I have like some stuff that would still need.
Yeah, you still need some, so there's a little bit of a discount for what everybody else would be paying for doing this for the first time. It's about 30 gold.
No!
I did go.
Wait, total for everybody?
Total.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, what do you got?
I'm gonna get like Tuli's normal outfit is like her like fighting outfit is like sleeveless leather, and so she's gonna get a long sleeved leather jerkin with like long gloves that go up, but with the palms out for her to cast magic, or maybe not. And also, can I retcon this, Dan? So. I have the cloak of protection. I was thinking about wearing it for fighting, and I was hoping I could say that it looks like this.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And so she would get like the hood for the winter.
That's super edgy.
Yeah.
And Kylo Renny.
Yeah. For others that maybe could not see it, it's kind of like a half cape that drapes over to the side, and then she's got a hood that goes over to the side.
Like a leather
a shoulder cape.
collar piece that keeps it on.
Great. Anyone else who would like to describe what their winter gear looks like for their character?
I don't know.
I would have just found the most modest but thick shawl.
Yeah.
Just, you know,
Thick shawl.
nothing that wild.
Cool. Who's deducting the 30 gold? How are we working that out?
That's
Is it 30
what I
gold
want.
total?
Yeah, this is
Or-
30.
I have 11 gold.
I wish I.
Yeah, I might need to take a minute to help because I thought I would be able to figure out
Each do
getting
it.
Gorilla's money easily, but I can't figure out why I have 500. We were given 10
I gave
platinum
you-
and 50 gold.
500 was
Yeah.
from selling the bludgeoner to Ripplebar. So that's to split amongst ourselves.
Wow.
So that was the bulk of it.
Yeah.
And you did want to split
It
that?
was 500. Yeah,
Yeah.
I gave to Gwen.
Well, I knew I had like 150 from our payment. I could not figure out the 500.
Yeah,
That's right.
I have here that I gave you 10 platinum and 50 gold pieces. Also, I don't know why I had that. and then I gave you 500 from the bludgeoner.
Rickeldar gave us 10 platinum and
Okay.
50 gold.
Okay.
And then,
So I gave my share of that to you and the 500.
okay.
I have
yeah,
my money.
Yeah, I think I have all of it, so I need to like disperse this money.
Have my
So
allowance.
that was 650 total,
Divided by 6.
right?
Yeah, platinums were.
It's 108.
108. Wait. So 108 each. So
That's
you three
too much.
can add 108 gold, and Michael can add 108 gold to your thing. You were for sure splitting the thing with us? Okay.
I now have
And then
119.
I'll figure out. I have 25 less than 108, right?
Did you already take the 30 out?
No.
All
Are we
right.
paying individually? Or?
That's up to y'all. Okay.
I think we
figured
should all
y'all would
each
wanna
pay our
pay
share. She doesn't have to pay.
I don't have anything to pay.
Right.
Fallon doesn't have to pay, so we divide by 4.
My own clothes.
So it's like
70,
8, 7.5. Whatever.
7.5 each.
7
But you want to say we all just have 100 gold?
7.
Sure. That works.
No, I have 119 right now.
Well, 100 more from right, but yeah.
So from England.
Yeah. Great. So is everyone subtracting what they need to subtract?
What?
Can I say during my 2 weeks I found 1,000 gold?
Thank you, Brad.
I say you got an amazing job.
At some point during the transaction, everything Shikasha takes a great interest in Tuli, and just looks over to her and says, "So, I haven't placed my bet on this fight tonight. Tell me, what advantages might you offer that might sway me to put my bet on you? Given that you are the, and this is nothing personal, but just for reputation alone, the underdog in this fight."
Tuli, like, kind of like saunters up to the counter and, like, very uncharismatically leans on it and goes, "Well, I don't really see how that's any of my business." And then she says, "That's a good question. It would depend. Is there magic in the fight tonight?"
You tell me, would that be something you are interested in that would help you, or is that something you're trying to limit?
Tuli's gonna say, "Oh," and she like snaps her fingers and like a little flame appears from casting through his flame, and she says, "That's magic would be a big asset to me."
I see.
And then she like slinks it out, and she says, "The torrent, huh? Seems like he knows me. I don't know that much about him. Do you know what kind of magic he specializes in, by chance, buddy old pal?"
Make a persuasion check.
Oh great,
Oh, boy.
-3.
Rolling. Charisma.
Not my strong suit.
Tuli having conversations with people.
11.
11. I mean, he's already, given me a little bit of a reason to keep that stuff discreet, so I suppose you'll just learn tonight.
Think I could just go ask people in the street, maybe? Is it public knowledge?
He hasn't been here that long.
And she kind of like leans on her other elbow and says, "I can't really tell you what to bet without knowing what, how the fight's gonna go. So you're on your own, I'm afraid, unless you can give me more information."
You've already learned everything I need to learn.
Tuli says, "Yeah." And says, "Okay." And goes like, then wheels around, the whips her and walks out.
Great.
Okay.
And Pilgrim, as you were buying your thick shawl,
I want the thickest shawl you have.
and the thickest I will provide.
This one's thicker to the scene.
Everything been alright with you over the last couple of weeks?
I'm not sure if that is the word, but things have been interesting with me. I've gone on without really going anywhere, been on quite a journey, more mentally and spiritually, which sounds quite obnoxious, but it's been a wild ride, and that's the end of my statement.
An interesting response from an interesting person.
Thank you. How have you been? How are things with you? What's the tea?
Lots of business has been moving. It's been very exciting. It's been a good time for the junk drawer and Chikasha. So, well, as you all are a band roaming together, do I expect to see all of you tonight?
Tuli from the door is like, yeah!
Oh, absolutely. We will be supporting our illegal fighting friend.
Well, don't say it like that.
We will be very supporting.
Will be enabled.
Oh, it's no concern. We're not close to being shut down by any means.
Does Populous support this? Do they know about this? The government, I believe.
Who is popular? Oh, the government.
Does the government know about the droplets?
Does Felix know?
Felix.
Perhaps, maybe. I'm not sure,
Is the Torah going to be Felix in disguise?
In your professional opinion, they have provided us for our services to Populous with an extraordinary. What do we even call the building that we're in now?
Mansion.
The Isro.
The intro estate. Should we be worried about any sort of they've scratched our back, we must scratch theirs now?
Tuli accidentally trips and a lot of metal clatters.
what have you signed? What does your relationship with them look like? What?
These are all wing questions.
You should have read the
Which I
contract.
definitely know the answer.
If it pertains to a detail.
If it's information you want, I don't have it.
My job is to smile. In the background.
It sounds like
I sit still and look pretty.
a lot of you have gotten yourselves pretty deep into stuff you don't really know much about. And he's just smiling, looking over at Tuli, picking up loose pieces of metal.
Tuli's like trying to pick up too many ones and then keep looking over.
It's
This is
okay
the
because
way.
we can get out of it any time. We'll just kill everybody.
He didn't say that. We will be on our way.
Not you, obviously.
I'd like to see you try.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
would probably,
Wait.
He would probably.
Wait.
No.
No.
this isn't
Not
the
now.
time.
Not
This
today.
isn't the time. This is not the time.
Not today. I'm so close. I'm
Anyways,
You all are quite a mess.
Why
well,
we're the half dozen.
hip hip.
Okay.
And I walk out of the building.
Yes. Great. So,
For the love
So
of
nice to
Mary.
have an NPC be honest.
Numero.
It's so nice to have an NPC be honest with us and fully recognize.
Y'all suck and I could kill you easily.
great. So, winter gear now acquired across the board. You all have the day still before the fight. So, you have some information to share about how to get to the fight and all of that. But are we just jumping to that? Anyone doing anything in between?
So we have one more day after, right, before we leave for
This is the morning of, right. So we have the morning of now until the fight, and then another day, and then you're leaving.
How many days has it been since Fairground City wanted some days to look at the telescope?
No, it's been like 2 or 3.
You said 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I would go back to the one person in Populous to care about.
Yeah. Wow.
I roll my eyes really big again, even though he's not even talking.
Apart from all my friends from the half dozen.
I tell them.
I can't ring that bell.
Okay. So you head into the Brass Star.
Yeah.
With
The bottom floor.
Yeah.
Where the storefront is.
I do a stealth check to avoid Martha.
Oh no!
Roll
luck.
that, dude.
Oh no, it's 0!
It is a 3.
Okay.
Plus
Well,
nothing.
Not ready.
My stealth is +0. So 3. That's it.
As you peek in the door, you step on it, and you hear.
And by peeking the door, you mean ram my head through the glass. Oh, hello.
Oh
Martha, hello. I was just about to see Fanagram.
No, I don't think you were.
Oh, Why? What makes you say that, my dear?
Because I am here, and so are you.
Is Fairground in the building?
No.
No.
But you are.
And yet I am here.
Do you know when Fairground will be in the building?
Why are you asking?
I was checking in. He and I have been working on a project, and he said he would need a couple of days. It's been a couple of days, and so here I am.
You have stopped being fun so fast.
I answered your question.
Plainly.
You want? Okay. Anyways.
Roll flirt.
I'll just punch my nuts on the ground instead.
He could be here this afternoon. I could send a message.
That would be wonderful. Thank you very much.
She sounds so sad.
That's fine.
She is. She's been single for 80 years.
Before time began, there was Martha.
And she was
Single.
And also ready.
So you leave. We set them in the afternoon.
That was a really good interaction we had. I'm glad that we were all here for it.
Yeah.
glad that you had to roll for it.
Brother Fairground wasn't there.
I mean, if I rolled better, you would have been.
Pilgrim, I have great news.
Oh, who's that? Is that Fairground?
It is fair.
Oh, did I just walk out into the street and there he is?
No. I said you left. It's time spent. And came back. And
Oh, I see. I'm stuck.
all that.
Let's do this again. Distraction.
Well, I've done some reading, enough just to learn a very basic fact.
Great.
That sound that we had heard was Draconic.
Oh.
The language of dragons.
Oh my.
Yeah.
What does this mean? Did you point it at a civilization elsewhere?
In the direction of Dustforge.
Oh.
And I continued to hear some more of their speak and was able to write it down and work through. We have very, very limited knowledge of the language. Hey, a lot of the microphone picks up all of it. A lot of very limited knowledge of this language and was able to piece together some of it, and through conversing with some people at the archive and reading some of the books, I've got 2 words we were able to translate and get out of this, which is, they go hand in hand, study and library, out of this Draconic language.
Study and life.
Classic dragon.
Coming from Dustforge.
The direction of, well, I mean, let me clarify this too. Remy is in fact within the caves and tunnels underneath the Dustforge.
You know this for certain.
I spoke with her through the device that we created
Oh my.
just last night.
What did she say?
It was very brief. She was very weak. And yes. And so she was very excited to hear from me. Very excited to hear from me, but even then, the energy that she had did not last very long.
Is she in danger?
I believe she's in some form of captivity underneath of the city.
My heavens.
It was swift, and she had said that they were coming. She could not talk much longer, and that is when our conversation ended. She said she's been there for quite some time.
Captivity and dragons and vampire. This Dustforge seems like quite the popping spot.
I'm happy I'm not going.
All right. Well, you've been quite illuminating, and I would say that you've shown light on how urgent this journey to Dustforge is. I do have to watch a man known by the Torrent obliterate my friend, but then I will travel to Dustforge.
He's betting on.
I'm not feeling great about this. Tuli would be so offended, but Rachel's like, yeah, that's like. Because I'm that funny.
Great, okay. Well, yeah, I extend my thank yous, another handshake, and then I'm gonna peace out and join the crew, and we're gonna go watch her die. Okay.
This place has everything.
Is there death involved?
When has Rachel ever gotten herself into a fight she couldn't handle?
Never. Studio audience, never. Not once.
Any other business between this day and who all is going to this fight to watch it?
Just Mr. Business.
Okay. Misery and Bogo.
I'm going, yeah.
Oh, we're all going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, great. Cool.
And I'm betting on Tuli.
Okay.
If there's betting involved.
Dylan?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking you to
Oh. Yeah, I'll go. Shout out to Australia.
Whoa! Thanks,
turn
Dylan.
sideways. Real cool guy.
Thanks, Dylan. You're so cool.
Okay, cool. So the pool party
You're welcome.
just blows through the rest of the day, not doing anything important whatsoever. Has winter gear stowed over at their place.
I find 1,000 gold.
Great.
I finished my song.
Okay. Tuli, would you like to tell the party how they can find the place that they're going to find your party?
I would say we walk together, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we walk together. We walk through the city at night, and we pass a big butcher shop, and then you see. We stop at a house 2 doors down. It looks just like a regular house, I guess.
Okay.
Narrate for Dan. But I look at you guys and go, and then I knock on the door solidly twice.
Solidly.
Very
And
solidly.
you all can hear some footsteps shuffle, a little bit of whispers and stuff on the other side, but they never speak up or say anything.
I lean close to the door and say, and I look at them and I say, and then I look back at them and say, I need a place to heal. And then I look at them and go,
Oh no, a weary traveler. We should let them in. And then you hear the door open up.
I saunter in.
Ooh.
Saunter.
Can you give us
saunter
an
in.
example?
It's not attractive. Like elbows high. Kind of more stomping than anything.
Nice.
Oh,
what I
this is the fighter herself, and you can these two people as she opens the door. You can see 2 guys next to each other. Both they look pretty identical, with heads shaved completely bald, heavy leathers, even some chains and earrings and piercings in their ears, and then one of them massive like nose ring hanging from the septum. And you can obviously see immediately that they are twins. And as they answer the door and kind of a gesture over, the other one just kind of speaks up. Well, you, and gestures towards Tuli, you were free to go. Go ahead and head on into your space. We'll escort you over to where you need to be preparing for your fight. However, for everybody else, it is 2 gold tickets to entry in. And I'll also let you know that 1 gold of that is a bet that you can place on either fighter for the main event. However, a bet on, if you're with Tuli, a bet on Tuli, if she were to win, would reproduce 3 gold back for you. And a bet against her for Torrent, if Torrent were to win, well, that would be, well, I got it backwards, sorry. 5 gold. 5 gold if Tuli wins for your 1, 3 gold if Torrent wins. I'll just speak that clearly.
Can I bet more than 1 gold?
Oh, yes, but that's just what at least 1 of your bet goes towards.
Alright. I'll give you 1. And I'm gonna bet 20 gold
What?
on Tuli.
Tuli goes,
You have 19 or 119?
I have 111 right now, so.
Alright, so go ahead and mark that off. So 20 gold
21.
total
Tuli like raises her hand for a high.
on Tuli. Okay, Tuli.
No, wait.
21 to 1. What do I do?
Tuli just raises her hand for a high five. Are you slapping me?
What is this?
A fancy high five.
Good luck out there.
Fantasy high five.
This is how I warm up.
Great. Misery's bet. Pilgrim, it's 2 gold for you to enter. And so you can mark that off. And then.
So now I have 998 gold.
And your bet would be on.
I'm betting on Tuli.
Why?
Okay.
I was just being cheeky with her.
Cheeky.
More a hopeful bet than a. I'm nervous. Tuli is not nervous, but Rachel is nervous.
Quinlan.
Your mom can be fine. Just mind the weapons, right?
Gonna roll your die and the die breaks.
Just the 1 gold. You don't have any here. Okay.
I'm very confident, huh?
Okay.
Is anyone else friends with Tuli?
I just like immediately
No,
get
yes.
body.
Hurl the
So did
limp
you
body
look
of
at
Tuli around.
Arlen's just not dead.
Okay.
We're just like,
It's gonna default your bet
good my
on Tuli
friends are
because you
here and I
automatically
carry
get
my
1 for paying to be
corpse
there.
back to his dad.
Okay. Thelen is also going to do the same, and he's just like, Tuli.
Wow, I guess no one thinks
Wait.
the Tuli's gonna win. What is going on?
Yeah, I'll do the same thing as Lorela.
Also,
Shout out to Australia.
oh no. Would you like to bet on yourself at all?
Bet on.
Or against yourself? You're free to do whichever you want.
I don't think you're allowed to do that, because then she could throw the fight.
That's also very true.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
That just seems like a real life situation.
I bet $1 million.
Yeah. Oopsie.
You can bet on yourself if you would like to.
Tuli's gonna say, and she's gonna pull out just 1 gold one and like flick it to him. I don't know if he catches it or not.
Of course he does, yeah.
Can Misery do a bet on it? Zac Efron montage.
Bet on it, 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 bet on it.
Actually sucks.
Great. Well then, Tuli, you are escorted down into a room with two different like combat dummies to kind of warm up against. And it's a little bit of a sand pit, and there's this massive door in front of you to this larger thing, and you can see it's a very tight, like chain link wall between you and this pit that you'll be fighting in. But once you're escorted down and you start to warm up and get comfortable in that space, you eventually get curious and kind of look through this tight chain link wall area towards it, and you can see there's probably 100 people gathered in this space to watch it, which for underground, discreet fighting in a city of this size is pretty large. And you can hear the voices and just kind of the chatter around it. Party, you all, as you all find some seating. You're fighting for some space. It's not really easy for you to get comfortable, but eventually you get to a place where you can kind of centrally see what's before you for this fighting pit.
Fighting pit. Oh!
Did you make these?
Good job.
These were actually a gift to me from Rachel herself.
Aww.
What a fitting place
Or
for
just
my
there in a
prize.
moment.
It has real fire.
Wow!
Wait.
Cool!
So now,
Point the camera at it, quick.
So cool!
We're all reacting to a thing no one can see.
And this.
what is that?
That's the main attraction.
Kitten?
Wow.
Wow.
I'm excited.
Is that?
Rolling that one so Tuli can foam the fire and immediately die.
Sorry. My head on the face.
Sorry.
In an amplified voice to the room, you all hear the familiar voice of Trikasha.
Tuli, I would want to know, like, rules. Like, can I,
That's coming up through Trikasha's introduction.
like, keep it clean or, like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to all of you to this very hyped and, well, impromptu event that we were not expecting. So, thanks to all of you who could make it to attendance for this fight between Tuli.
Yeah.
And a newcomer to our city of populace as well, the Torrent.
Boo!
I do not like you.
Just hear Pilgrim say.
I hope you fail.
And I will say, from the general crowd, you hear much louder cheers for the Torrent.
Oh, man.
But to each shoulder to shoulder of this party, you can hear each other's sentiments as well.
Should have a cool name.
How far away from Tuli am I?
Tuli
You don't even see her right now.
The Tempest.
This was a fun fact for the viewers. Tuli Paulo is actually Finnish for uncontrollable small fire.
Wow.
The uncontrollable small fire.
It means little fire that's out of control.
Yeah.
Look at that little fire. She's out of control.
To cover some of the rules for both of these combatants, we will say, well, there's only one. Don't kill each other, please. And other than that, have at it.
The please that really sold it.
The please.
Please don't kill each other.
It would be really sad if you did.
No, you're missing.
Okay, are we rolling initiative?
Rachel's like, let's get on this. Everyone else, shut up. Let's get initiative going.
I'm ready.
Let's roll initiative.
Okay.
The gate before you opens up, and you can see that this space is wider than it is across in length. And as the door opens up, in front of you is a massive torch.
That's like life size.
Yes, it is. So through the flame, you can see the green face of somebody across it, who has a massive bow staff in their hands, or quarter staff.
You have one too.
Yes.
I do.
And so there's as eye contact meets across it. His looks just very flat, very determined. Just another day. Here we go. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Can you tell me what I see? What race is he?
Through the fire, all you see is just the look on the
Okay.
face.
And the ground is like sand?
Sand.
Okay. How the walls are high? Like high enough
Yeah,
to...
so it's about 12 feet up, and then you can see crowds around it. So once it gets to about like this point, then it's just all of the public watching.
You turn the sand into glass. That's a 19 buckaroo.
Nice.
For initiative.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I have +5 to initiative.
Oh, no, yeah, you're above 2 for that.
Yes.
Tuli, you can go first.
Whoa, kill him.
Okay. Kill him!
Cast kill.
Truly cast cardiac arrest.
No, they just said please don't kill each other.
Dan, can you... Maybe the answer is no. Can you remind us what Jeffrey does? Joffrey?
Joffrey.
No, I said Jeffrey.
Should the full group agree on the vote, you would get to re-roll in a situation and add 5 to that roll for whatever that is.
Okay.
Just not damage. It would have to be like the attack roll, saving throw, or skill check.
Okay, so for a ranged attack throw, I could roll again and have 5. Okay, I am going to move here.
Swing.
Wow.
And I get to roll first if I use Jeffrey, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to move there, and I am going to cast... When I move here, do I see anything else about him? Now that I'm out of the
So
way?
at this point, you see him as he's sitting forward. He's got like a very loose fitting kind of like cloth pants that come down to like wooden sandals. But from the chest up, it's just a very tight knit, clearly elvish in build, some type of like chainmail. A very tight linked chain vest.
He's a monk with armor?
Possibly. From his stance and the way that he leans forward and he's got his staff out, you can see that from some sort of training and stance that he's going on, that it's some type of monkish order.
Okay.
His skin is all green, which you immediately recognize to be water genasi. And then he has like tightly knit, almost like cornrow hair that comes back into braids draping.
Oh no!
Brother!
That's why he's in the torrent.
But the only fire genasi are from my plane, right? I think.
No. There was a
oh,
mix,
no?
There was a
Okay.
mix of tiefling, all kinds of genasi.
Do I historically know if water genasi are more vulnerable to fire damage?
You know that they're not.
Okay. Do I know they're vulnerable to any kind of damage?
They're not.
Okay.
From your
My face lights up, and I guess maybe hopefully as a free action, I go, brother! And then I cast Chromatic Orb.
Okay.
I'm gonna get fired.
And then I destroy.
I'm picturing she like slides in the sand to the side, and she's like already in the casting, she goes, brother! And then she casts it. And it is a ranged attack roll. So if I want to use Jeffrey, I can roll first.
Yes.
Okay.
I've never hated you. Whoa! 12.
12 plus 6. 18.
That is.
Yes.
It does.
Okay, I'm casting. I was going to cast at highest level, do you believe me? I really was.
You've got to say it before.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay.
Oh, no,
that makes sense.
I promise I was.
I believe you.
Because that's why I was so anxious to use
Yes,
Jeffrey. I was like,
but
I'm going to burn her.
Definitely didn't have it before, but
You're
I'll
right,
take you
okay.
on your word.
I'm sorry.
I don't believe her.
Stand me.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Chromatic.
It makes sense though.
I'm gonna cast Chromatic Orb. It does make sense. I'm gonna cast Chromatic Orb at 3rd level, and I'm gonna use fire damage. And it's normally 3d8 damage, but for every level above, at 2nd level or higher, the damage increases 1d8 for each slot level above the 1st.
Yeah.
So it's actually 5d8.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just gonna do it. 23.
Great.
Yeah. So I throw it's like a 4-inch orb that shoots out, and it is ringed in fire, and it hits him for 23 damage.
Yeah, so this bolt of fire, she spins this diamond in her hand, right?
Yeah.
Which is the required piece for it, and picks at an angle where the raw arcane energy that she fires towards it turns to fire and shoots this beam towards him. And while he's still getting set and trying to take in the information of the fight even happening, Tuli bolts across the sand, gets around the torch, sees him, lights up, and then shoots fire across her.
Fratricide.
That is your action and movement. Anything else would you like to do?
And then,
Fratricide.
as a bonus action, I am going to cast Applied Extreme Focus
Okay.
at 1st level. And Applied Extreme Focus means I take the disengage or dash action, and my jump distance is double per turn. I also take the dodge action, so I'm focused entirely on avoiding attacks.
This is a spell, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a
It
reaction.
has to be a cantrip.
Sorry, I was reading that. Okay, then I do nothing.
Okay. Okay, for his turn then, as he gets this fire that shoots across his face and the side of his armor, he takes a half step back and just kind of looks down and comes back up. And what has started as this very cool, collected, I'm just taking information, has quickly shifted into this almost like primal defensiveness. And his lip just curls up and his eyes focus in on you. Fine then. Throws an arm forward, and you don't see it yet, but let's see what we do here. Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay.
It's like anime. This is just getting interesting.
I'm gonna use your fire.
That's a nat 20.
Get out. Okay.
So 23. Sorry, would you like to confirm?
Okay.
That's an natural 20 right there.
You're still going to take.
Oh no!
What?
Is it half damage?
Smash damage.
It's going to be 8 bludgeoning damage.
Why they call him the torrent?
I guess so, huh?
And
because of all those illegal downloads.
Ain't because he's on LimeWire a lot.
and so what happens is from behind you, a large, almost tentacle of water just comes out from the sand behind you, and then it whips you across the back. But as you had launched this spell out, you can just feel the shadow of it and loom over, and you see it and kind of dodge out of the way, and you're able to move out before it just whips across your face inside, but you're able to dodge out of the full brunt of the damage that would have happened. And so that was his action. And then, let me just double check something real quick.
No.
It's time for his second of 7 actions.
And then he just hunkers forward, rushes at you, and meets you face to face. And when he comes up, he just goes, "Well, surprised that you were from the same place I am." And then, as you all walk forward, the quarter staffs just go like half to half to each other. It's your turn.
Do I recognize him, like the school that he would have been, his trainer, master dark,
Sure, make an insight check.
Nice. It was Brock.
23.
Wild. Okay. So you're getting getting a quick amount of what is his stance, what is his training, what can I immediately glean? Something that you've been very heavily trained in from your mentor, and from like step 1 in a fight is being able to survey the person in front of you and figure out what is their weakness, what are the typical moves, all of that. His mannerisms and his stance and the way that he also just immediately rushed you, everything seems very chaotic and almost untrained. That either he's had zero training whatsoever, or he's working really hard to disguise whatever he might be planning or doing next.
Can I try and intimidate him as a free action?
As a what?
As like a free action?
No, that would be an
has to be an action.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to I'm gonna attack him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I can cast apply flurry of blows with any attack action. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to attack him with an unarmed strike.
Okay.
I do not have my quarterstaff out.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that.
Huh.
Or wait, well, you said we locked?
Either way, it could have been your arm against this.
Yeah, I'm gonna say arm brace and armbar. Okay, I'm going to, and then I'm gonna cast Applied Flurry of Blows, so 3 unarmed attacks. Okay, I'll just roll a hit.
Yeah.
First one is 15.
Does not hit.
Oh, no. It's 10. Oh, no, that's not 7. 12.
Great. Okay, so
Great.
Okay, Dan.
Is it Dan?
as he rushes forward and meets you immediately melee combat, you meet his quarterstaff with your own arm, and then you're quickly shifting from I'm using magic to fight this guy to alright, physical training, and then everything you try to throw in to get punches from his staff, he's using his staff alone. You go to punch, he redirects your wrist. You go to punch again, he uses the other end, redirects your wrist, and all three of them just met with it where it's like you're trying to go forward and he just pushes them off to the side over and over again.
And because I cast, that was a first level spell, I also can't bonus action cast. It has to be a cantrip. Okay, I'm going to brace for whatever's next.
Okay. So with that, he's actually going to meet you back with a flurry of blows.
Okay.
And so he gets the staff ready and he just smiles as the three just pushes them out of the way. Straight eye contact with you. Your turn, and then he goes in for first attack. It's going to be a 10 to hit. A 17 to hit.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Oh no.
All right.
This might be the end of Tuli.
Again.
It's like, wait, we
Punch in the
just
face
did
to
that.
The first one is going to hit for 6 damage.
You already got hit.
And the second one is going to be for 10. So 16 damage.
Gosh.
As he dodges and pushes your punches out of the way, he looks at you.
No, I told you not to, Rachel did.
Grabs his pole arm, his quarterstaff with both hands, and goes to raise it up and goes straight down to your face. And you put both of your hands up and cross to block that one, but almost as if he expected it. As soon as his quarterstaff makes contact with your wrist, where you block that one, he just does 2 quick side moves with it and hits you on the ribs on both ends to then sneak in those 2. And that second one that hits, you can feel one of your ribs just crack immediately from the amount of force he's able to force in on that second attack.
Okay.
1 second. That was his action. He did the flurry of blows for bonus action. Yeah, so you are up.
Okay. Alright. I am going to cast Agonize Our Scorcher at 3rd level.
Okay.
And the dex save on that is 14.
Okay.
But I may use my Threadweaver's Ring. And I make him have either a 2 or 4 to fail it.
Rolled a natural 20 on the save.
So can I change it up for a 2?
You can.
Okay.
Alright.
Do that.
And then he's going to use a legendary resistance to
No!
force the success on it. But he used a legendary resistance on it to force the success, which is a mark off from those. So you can mark that use for the ring.
Okay.
Actually, though, stop for a second. We actually need you to re-roll both of your Threadweaver's rolls because we passed like a week of time and you re-roll those every night.
Oh.
So let's do that first.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll 2d20. While you're doing that, I'll just go ahead and describe. This Threadweaver's Ring has 2 uses of this like very similar portent ability that's used in the Divination Wizard type of roll, and so that's what she's re-rolling right now. It can be used in the same way. You have a 7 and a
9.
Okay, so that would have been the 7. We'll just take that as a lower. Okay, and then he used his legendary resistance to force the save. And actually, with that forced save too, what's your half damage, right?
Yeah.
Or he takes half damage, right?
If he succeeds on the save, then he takes half damage.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, go ahead and roll the damage roll now.
Okay. 23, so half of that, 11.
Okay.
Alright.
And you can see even from that, the way that he's extremely agile and on his feet, that even that seems to be reduced even more. Okay.
How's he looking?
I mean, he's looking hit. Your first spell hit him really hard, and then this one even touched him up a bit. He looks a little bit panicked and excited that, like, you're meeting him with a challenge, and he is now, like, stepping into it with even more fervor than he thought he would have needed.
Nice.
With that, too, the crowd has seen 2 very massive displays of magic, which is really exciting, for this shot of fire to come from you, and then now this massive pillar of fire comes out at his feet. Strains of the sand that is blown out comes out in these spikes of glass that are coming out from his feet, and the crowd just lights up in this amount of energy and excitement to meet the fight that's happening here in front of them.
Cool.
How far away is he from you?
40 feet, maybe? Any reason why you left?
No, it's too far away.
Okay.
How high up are we from sea level?
I'm just curious about the geography.
Question.
What's the weather like?
Humidity percentage.
Okay.
I have cast a spell, and so I can't know those sections.
Oh, wait. Maybe I can.
Yeah.
No, stop it.
Okay.
Don't. Is it too. Wait, it's not his turn.
Are you gonna Snape it?
What do you think I'll do?
He's gonna cheat.
I was gonna try to distract him.
You made a Harry Potter reference.
What's he looking at? No,
Are you going for it?
I would if it was her turn, though.
Okay.
But.
Well, then we can wait till her turn. Okay. 3 more attacks are coming your way.
wow.
Applied flurry of blows. If they hit.
Okay. The first one is 21.
When I use Code Reaper again.
You can. So that would change
Really?
to a 9. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, that becomes a 14.
It still hits!
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. First one hits, second one is a 17.
Yeah.
Okay, and the third one, 22. So we got 3
Dang
hits.
it. Okay.
I'm going to need you first.
Wait, can I use Adjusted Stance as my reaction?
Oh, I believe you can.
Okay.
You just can't cast spells on your next turn. I think that's the way Adjusted Stance works. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to use Adjusted Stance.
Okay.
When I'm hit by attack or I fail a saving throw, I can use my reaction to gain a +2 bonus to my AC against that attack or a +4 bonus. So one of them will not succeed.
Okay, so you're going to have 2 attacks.
Yeah.
For one of those, I'm going to need you to make a saving throw for me.
What kind?
Do that. There you are. If you can make a con save for me.
Okay. 23.
Oh, that passes for sure. Okay, so the damage that you're going to take from this is... okay. First is 6 damage.
Making rough.
Second is also 6 damage.
7 hit points left.
Already?
Yeah. Ooh, what do you mean already?
It's done a lot of damage.
Yeah.
How much was the first turn's damage?
8.
Huh?
8.
Total?
Yeah.
How much health did you had 40 some come into this fight?
43.
So 8 plus right now.
The second turn was a lot.
Yeah.
It was like 19 or something.
Okay. But when he hits you across the head with the first attack from this, you have to take both of your hands, put them on the sides of your head, and you've done this to people before. There's a particular spot where you hit somebody in the head, and you can completely daze them for a bit.
Can I discombobulate them?
That's what you tried to do with that. It was a stunning strike, and you tried to do it with you were familiar with it, and you've been hit with that particular attack over and over again to train you against it so that you can just push out of that. And so you're hit with it, and you're like, oh, ow, but then you pull yourself right out of it. It's your turn.
I'm gonna, in this moment, Pilgrim is gonna attempt to give Tuli an advantage, and I'm gonna mind link with this man. And
Okay.
Oh my god, there's a shark.
partly recognizing that he's also Genasi and how much it affected her to get my head in, I just want to try to mind link with him and just be like, behind you, behind you, behind you, behind you, like very urgently and over and over again.
Yeah.
Just like relentlessly saying that. And I'm not going to stop. I'm just literally...
Yeah. Make a deception check with advantage. Joey turned into a motorcycle.
That's an nat 20 though.
He did it in 20.
Nat 20 and then a 12.
He did a what?
You didn't even roll a second time.
I know, I'm stupid.
Would have got better though.
Under 20.
Under
Nat
20.
20 plus 1 is 21.
Okay, great. Also, while you're at it, from your trip through the cosmos, I added a feature to your page. If you can go to features and traits, there's one called Analytical Mind I've added to you. I think you'll be very happy to find.
Whoa.
Tuli, it is your turn. You can see right before you start that he starts to panic. His eyes start to shoot up. He's looking around. He starts checking behind him, and he looks extremely distracted. And in this kind of slow motion moment of you taking this in, and you just got smacked around, and you fight off of this stunning hit that hits you on the side of the head, and then you see this moment of weakness and opening that has just immediately happened in front of you.
Does he turn? Do I get an opportunity attack?
You don't get an opportunity attack, but you can see that all of your melee attacks against him would be with advantage.
Okay, and I can't cast spells because I used Adjusted Stance. Okay, well then I am going to hit him with an unarmed strike.
Okay.
Can I do cantrips?
That's what I did.
Oh, well then in that case, I am going
But if you do a cantrip, you can't use Flurry of Blows.
But I can't use Flurry of Blows anyway because it's a spell.
It's a spell? What level spell is it?
Level 1.
Okay, got it.
Ew.
So
That's just weird.
Ew. Ew.
I am. Is there a point in his body that looks the most vulnerable? Maybe I would say.
His dingus.
Okay,
Aqua schlong.
I'm gonna try and hit him in the. I'm gonna try and hit him in the place where I hit him really bad with Chromatic Ward.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to go for that spot on his shoulder, I guess.
Yep.
And I'm gonna cast Firebolt, but I'm gonna try and do it in a way where I like it's almost like a blow, like marrying martial and magic.
That's cool.
So I'm gonna cast that.
So, because this is a ranged attack, that you're doing from melee range, it is at disadvantage, but because you have advantage, it's one straight roll.
Well, I rolled a 20, not naturally.
Okay. Nice.
Not naturally.
But disgusting.
And then damage is 2d10. 10.
Okay. He gets to a point when this firebolt hits him to the side, and by the time he's panicking and recovering from it, he's taking his hit. A little bit of the like leather vest stuff that he had over top of that chainmail starts to catch fire, and it's burning up on his neck. And you can see scorch marks that eventually start to kind of bubble over, and then the waterness of his skin immediately puts the fire out. But you can see that there's still some smoke coming up from his neck area, and there's some like blood coming through from there. It's starting to look really hurt. You said 10 damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But he's still up. And from the continued panic, taking that damage and just trying to reorient himself, he's going to take some attacks towards you again.
I used to have 3 for a saving throw.
If you make a saving throw, yes. But he's making physical attacks.
Oh no.
Did you have anything else for a bonus action to use before?
I can't use spells. So I don't think so.
Okay.
Is it as your action? Or...
Okay.
No, it's a delete.
Yeah.
First one is a 12 to hit.
No.
Okay. These are at disadvantage from still being pretty distracted.
Nice.
Second one is a 9 to hit.
Nope.
A 13 or 14 to hit. 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 13 or The 19, so the 13. That hits, okay. So the one that connects. 7. What's that damage?
No!
And so, recovering from this hit, getting the fire marked off to his side, he recovers, kind of pushes himself up, readies the quarterstaff, shakes it off, and looks over at you. One swing over, you block it. The other swing from the other end, you expect it, and it's coming over, and then he quickly just twists that around. You think it's coming up towards your ribs, you throw both of your arms over. It just connects right underneath of your chin. You fly back.
Naruto me.
I don't know what that means.
This is one of those boss fights that you're not supposed to win, so you just can't. Yeah.
It was really close.
Was it? How many hit points do we have left in total?
You don't know.
Yes.
That's not bad.
So, the quarterstaff comes up, you can feel it hit your chin, and this is the last thing you remember is your eyes. You just go completely dizzy and black and lay back, and your eyes open and close a couple of times. You can see him walk over towards you, and he looks down. Fuyatsu technique.
Dang.
Burn!
And then he says, I'm not left-handed.
Anything else from the crowd? I mean, you can hear their excitement rise as you fall back, and they're
Is he at least limping off?
There's definitely a bit of pain to him, and you can see you've done a significant amount of damage. But he walks off. You're barely coherent. You all from the stands are just watching down as Tuli gets knocked onto her ass and falls back, and looks completely unconscious.
Familiar scene.
And Turkasho then announcing over to everyone, the favored winner of this fight, the Torrent, and the crowd cheers off. Please head over towards the stands, and I would say, yes, go ahead and collect your winnings for those who made the smart bet, and sorry to all of those who bet on Tuli, but man, what a close one. And as this one was the last fight of the evening, other ones had been happening throughout earlier. A couple of people walk out onto the stand, and you can see the twins that were watching the door are now down there pulling Tuli off into the room where she was warming up. And the rest of the crowd starts to fizzle out and leave, and a lot of them collecting winnings at a couple of the booths, unfortunately for everyone here, especially Misery, who's losing out on a full-on 20 gold. People paying off and collecting their winnings and whatnot. Tuli, you may take 1 point of stats that you can add for the amount of training and stuff that you've been able to do over the last week. And at this point, the party you were left in the stands, everything's supposed to be clearing out. You could run down and meet Tuli and resuscitate her and do all you would like to do.
Tuli. Oh, you're unconscious.
Yeah. Well, how did I hear him say,
Right before you left.
Wham, wham. It hurts because I care.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about this.
I'm kind of just, I don't want to resuscitate it because I'm angry. I lost the money. So I'm just kind of
You will now die.
I'm just gonna let you die.
Aurora, do you have any healing, anything for our friend?
It doesn't necessarily require you like use full-on healing. You're just like kind of in and out of consciousness, and over the next minute or so, you
do the shaky. Wake up.
I can. Hold on.
Rolling onto my side or trying to.
I have a thing.
Shouldn't do it.
I can heal.
They gotta have a doctor here.
I can do second level cure wounds.
Yeah.
Dang, that's second level.
I cast.
Oh, nice.
2d8 plus 3.
It's too powerful.
Wow.
Roll 2d8.
So she goes on.
Add 3. What'd you say? Sushi go?
Plus 3. 11.
You have 11 more health now.
12.
Yeah.
So you all collect your friends down in the sand pit.
Tuli gets cured and rolls over and like is trying to shakily get up, and she looks up at you guys and she says, "That was so not Raven."
Oh my god.
Wow.
And then she winks at Ingram.
You fought.
That's Steven's favorite.
I don't know who Steven is, but he fought valiantly.
I imagine it was close. He was looking pretty rough. But you did lose.
Tuli is kind of she managed to get into a sitting position. She's kind of sitting cross-legged and she looks very dejected. She also kind of she says, "I'm sorry, Missouri."
Oh.
And you guys too, but you only got one.
You can pay me back later.
I don't bet.
So this is bet. And then she kind of is struggling to get up, and she's looking for the torrent. Where is he?
Your perception check.
Dipped. He said, "Bye, Felicia. Bye, Tuli."
11.
Okay. As you are starting to kind of fight to stand, and Misery's in your face, kind of making fun of you, and you're trying to ignore him and look back over his shoulder. You see a figure kind of stepping through the fighting pit across the way, and then by the time the massive fire bowl on the front lights up his face, you can actually see it's Takasha walking across to come over. And when you're fighting to look to try to see where the torrent lands, instead, Takasha walks up in front of you and looks over to the group. I did not expect this full group to be here tonight, and it's just interesting to see you in some of our more fun layers of populace that exist.
Did you say where's the torrent out loud, or were you just asking him?
I said, "Where's torrent?" Yeah.
I want to say Pilgrim also looks around for torrent.
Okay, you're going to say
Is that okay?
I mean, I think I would have done that. Well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, no, probably don't seem to be
3+1. No, you're a big boy. You have a big boy.
It's just a 3+1.
Yeah. So while both of your interests and desires are to kind of look and find, you don't find any sign of where it might be, and then Takasha starts this conversation.
I am kind of hunched over my knees, and I kind of look standing, I'm guessing, on my knees, and I look up at them and say, "Where is Torrent?" Very seriously. That's all.
Well, he's, I'm sure, collecting his purse from his winnings and taking care of that business from what he's been able to accomplish and provide for tonight's entertainment. And, well, outside of that, he's actually asked for that to remain very, very discreet.
Do I know where the winning stand is? Can I see it from where I am? I would have seen where which way he went.
Maybe. Go ahead and make another perception check.
Because I'm gonna as soon as he says that, I'm gonna in a very untooly way brush past him and start staggering towards where I think he is.
Yeah.
3.
Okay. So Tuli runs off at this point.
No, I don't run. I stagger.
Well, yeah, so it staggers off.
They could keep up with me.
Just very abruptly leaves the conversation to go and search. But Takasha to the group just said it's very surprising to see your group on the fun level of what there is in Populous.
We haven't been having fun until now?
Well, I never knew about this stuff, so I'm definitely...
I've been so sad.
Hey, at least they didn't kill each other just like they asked.
This was almost Trollgate, but not quite there.
What's Trollgate?
The time a troll murdered our friend Tuli.
It's not a toothpaste.
Gate.
It came to me when I was in the stars.
What? You were in the stars?
Anyways, I think we all could use some well-earned... Oh, I didn't tell you all. Remy, who is a Kalishtar I've been looking for, I do think I said that. I learned recently that she's kidnapped in Dustforge too, and hurt. So the urgency to go there has increased. There also could be dragons. So let's get some rest and get ready for Dustforge.
Should we go talk to our friends before we go there?
Just Generally?
The dragon ones?
Oh, I don't know if that would be a productive conversation.
No, thank you. Misery says no, thank you.
But
That's the
they
same, right?
said something about a library. Honestly, if we wouldn't ask those two about.
I think we could ask them about something if you need to know something before we go. It's that race.
For levity's sake. For levity.
So you know all the other dragons, right?
Yeah.
Racist.
Dragonborn stuff.
I think if
racism?
I think there being dragonborn or not being dragonborn is irrelevant to. Everywhere's got a library, so I don't know what help they could be. We could certainly go see. Move past it, please.
I have things to say, but clearly you all have your own business to take care of.
Kasha, what's up?
No.
What did you do, my dude?
He said it was very fun that we do fun stuff.
You all seem very busy, and I will
Just know I'm gonna
Yes.
come back.
I haven't
This is
met.
great.
Yes, we're on a.
Even though I lost.
I feel like we've had this conversation. You know, have you been to Dustforge? Have you talked about this one?
I have heard of this word, but not been myself.
Do you? We heard. Loading complete. Very grand enough. We heard draconic through a magic telescope we built.
DnD.
See, maybe they can translate it.
Perhaps. Well, I can't recount it very well, as we've established. Well, anyways.
Sorry.
Anyways, seems to be the exact word I was looking for. And he also walks away.
What are you? Did I do racism? I need to know.
Yes, it's fine.
Well, let's leave now. I don't think it's necessary going to the Dragonborn. I don't think I want to hear them again.
I'm not going.
Yes. So,
With this sense of urgency, we better all go to bed, right?
right. I think we need to sprint to bed, sleep as quickly as possible.
One more sleep until
Gosh.
2 more sleeps.
Two more sleeps until
You have a full day tomorrow.
I keep
not
wanting
here.
to say dustful instead.
Yeah.
Every time we say
Well, Tuli certainly has earned a wonderful night's rest after being, after the torrential downpour that was this.
Boo! That seems insensitive.
And so, for the rest of this evening, you all spend watching the crowd thin out and Tuli panically trying to find the torrent.
That's not panically.
Okay.
She's angry.
Okay, so with that, the angry determination, I haven't translated into panic, but I imagined that after not finding him anywhere and continuing to try to desperately find him, that kind of turned into more desperation. But
I think she's just angry.
Right.
Like the slight to her mentor.
right, okay.
So she's like literally spitting blood, which is very atypical for Tuli. She's not usually a very angry person.
Sure.
But yeah.
Okay, so that's how you all find her, as the crowd is now completely emptied out.
She's kind of like leaning on her knees trying to collect herself, and she like spits blood again, and then she like is clearly furious, and then stands up and says, "Well, how about some cake?" and then she says, "I'm sorry for all that back there." Like maybe no one even knows she was angry, but she says, that guy, he's from the same plane that I'm from, and he insulted the name of my master. So I kind of lost it a little bit there for a second.
Your hair.
Yeah, oh yeah, so her hair was like tendrils of flame kind of like coming off of it. And she says, like, he's gonna pay for that. And then she switches back to the Valley Girl accent and says, "So, like, really for real though? How about that cake?" And then, star wipe.
I'll take 1/6 of the cake.
Right. Well, there's episode 42. And we have one more day before You travel off far into the east, past the woods of Loyalist folks.
Would you say one more day?
I would say one more day.
One
Till
day
the
more.
sunrise.
What
One more day to revolution. We will keep it